We live in a world that's largely made for people who can see, hear, walk, and talk with little or no difficulty. However, we also live in a world where 1 billion people have some form of disability, and one-fifth of those have significant disabilities, according to the World Bank. Many times, these people need special adaptations in order to thrive in the world. But the cool thing is that often the products or adaptations invented for people with disabilities end up being used and enjoyed by people of all abilities. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Go Learning. Today we will see 8 everyday items which were originally invented for people with disabilities but used by everyone. Typewriters, keyboards. Everyone these days has at least one keyboard, but that wasn't always the case. The typewriter was the brainchild of an Italian inventor named Pellegrino Turri. He noticed that his friend couldn't write letters by hand due to her blindness. So, in 1608, he developed the first ever incarnation of the typewriter, which involved keys and metal arms with raised characters. He also invented carbon paper as a way to provide ink for the machine. The typewriter has since morphed into the computer keyboard. Electric toothbrushes. Dental hygiene is important for everyone, but people with limited motor skills really struggled to keep their chompers clean in the early days. In 1954, however, the Proxident electric toothbrush was created to help people with limited strength, mobility, and control do a better job of brushing. It quickly became obvious that electric toothbrushes are superior to standard brushes, so now most dentists encourage everyone to use them. In fact, a 2019 study found that people who use electric versions keep their teeth for longer, have less tooth decay, and enjoy healthier gums. OXO good grips and similar kitchen tools. These days, kitchen tools from potato peelers to cane openers almost always feature softer, larger handles which are much more comfortable to hold than the traditional ones. That wasn't the norm in 1990 though. Inventor Sam Faber saw his wife, who had arthritis, struggle to use a potato peeler and founded the OXO brand and its good grip line as a result. Each kitchen tool featured a wide oval shaped handle that was easy to control even if you had little strength in your hands. The items felt good to hold too, thanks to the soft rubber used that was originally created for automotive products. The good grips style became so popular, many other brands have since copied it. Our very friend Alexa. If Alexa has ever answered a question for you, or you have followed verbal directions on your GPS app, you have used speech to text technology or its brother, voice recognition. This technology is on the vast majority of phones, not to mention military aircraft, car navigation, entertainment systems, and home automation. However, one reason for invention was to give people who couldn't physically write access to getting their thoughts and words down on paper, so to speak. Software invented in the 1990s allowed users to create written documents and save them simply with their voices. Later, versions were created specifically for people working in courtrooms or as medical transcriptionists. Many of us know this toy, fidget spinners. This toy was all the rage back in 2017 and every kid had to have one. Engineer Catherine originally invented it as a gadget to entertain her 7-year-old daughter back in 1993, but sadly let the patent lapse as she didn't have the money to keep renewing it. So she didn't get rich off the huge craze. In the early 2000s, manufacturers began promoting these gadgets as a way to help calm people with autism and anxiety disorders. Although studies did not confirm that they helped people with these conditions, by 2017, lots of people, whether stressed out, business executives, or bored school children, were enjoying spinning the fidgets for fun. Fidget spinners were even banned from school districts for being ironically a distraction. Curb cuts or ramps. It's probably pretty obvious that curb cuts were designed for wheelchair users originally, but parents pushing strollers, travelers pulling wheeled suitcases, and workers delivering heavy loads on dollies have found them useful too. Curb cuts first appeared in 1945 but became widespread in the US after the 1990 Americans with Disabilities Act mandated that curb cuts be present on all sidewalks. Who doesn't enjoy a drink, especially with a bent straw? Although the straight paper straw was a marvel all in itself when it was created in 1888. In the 1930s, a man named Joseph Friedman tweaked the design to make drinking straws bend in the middle. He came up with the idea when he noted his petite daughter's inability to enjoy her milkshake at a soda fountain while using the straight variety. Although this tool wasn't originally created for people with disabilities, hospitals were some of the first places to embrace them as they were helpful to bedridden patients trying to drink something. Now everyone loves penny straws. Audiobooks. Braille is still a useful tool for vision impaired readers. However, audiobooks made it much easier for this population to enjoy a good story. The idea began in 1932 thanks to the American Foundation of the Blind. The group recorded books on vinyl records, but as technology advanced, so did the capabilities. Storage progressed from holding just 15 minutes of speech per side on vinyl in the 1930s to 2 hours with the Amazon's Audible audio player in 2007 to the hundreds of hours of content the average smartphone can hold today. Now, all types of people enjoy the convenience and ease of audiobooks. Many listen to them in the car or at home in an effort to cut back on screen time. In fact, the industry has done 1.3 billion in sales in 2020, an increase of 12% from the previous year. Thanks for watching. Go Learning.